Penguin Random House Audio presents The Light Between Us, Stories from Heaven, Lessons for the Living. This is the author, Lynne Jackson. To my mother, Linda Oswald, who taught me to trust the light within myself and to honor the light between us all. Mom, any beauty in this world that comes through me is because of you. You are the root of it all. And to Garrett, Ashley, Hayden, and Juliet, who have filled my world with light, joy, and meaning, you are my reason for everything. And to all of you listening to this, may we light the way for one another always. There are only two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is. Introduction. I was on Jericho Turnpike heading west when the messages started coming in. I squeezed the wheel of my Honda Pilot and swerved right, pulling into a Staples parking lot. I hit the brakes and came to a stop halfway into a spot. I wasn't ready for them. Just a bit earlier, I'd been taking deep breaths, trying to stay calm because I was so nervous. Scared to death, really. Soon, I would be in a room filled with suffering people. My role that evening was to try to ease their pain. My fear was that I would make it worse. I was wearing a plain black shirt and black pants. I didn't want anyone to be distracted by patterns on my shirt or flowers on my dress. I'd skipped dinner because I was too anxious to eat. My husband Garrett wasn't home from work yet, so I'd asked my mother to watch our two young children until he got back. I was running late and I tried to make up some time on the busy road, but traffic was slow. Then, suddenly, they started to come to me. The children. All at once, as a group, they were there. It was astonishing. It was like being alone in a room when suddenly the door opens and 10 or 15 people come in. You might not even see them or hear them, but still you know they're there. You can feel them. You know you're not alone anymore. That is what it felt like in my Honda Pilot. I knew I wasn't alone. Then came the words and names and stories and pleas and descriptions and images and all the things they wanted to share. So many I had to slow them down. Wait a second, I said aloud as I fumbled in my purse for my little red notepad and pen. I started writing as fast as I could, but I couldn't keep up with all the messages I was getting. It was all just pouring out. Tell them I am still here, one said. Tell them I am still part of their lives, said another. Tell them I love you and I see everything that goes on. Please don't cry for me, I'm okay. I am not dead, I am still your child. Don't think of me as gone, I am not gone. Please tell them I'm not gone. I sat in my crookedly parked car outside Staples and kept scribbling, a woman surrounded by children no one else could see. Finally, after a few minutes, I tucked the notes in my purse, got back on the road, and drove as fast as I could to the Huntington Hilton on Broad Hollow Road. I raced through the hotel lobby and found the conference room where the event was being held. A sign outside gave only a hint of what would happen that night. It read, "How to listen when your children speak." The conference room was ordinary: brown curtains, overhead lights, plush carpet, swivel chairs. In the middle of the room, there was a large rectangular table with 19 people seated stiffly around it. When I walked in, they all turned toward me and fell completely silent. Their faces were sad and haunted. It felt like a full minute before anyone so much as breathed. These were the parents. The evening's hosts, Fran and Bob Ginsberg, the directors of the Forever Family Foundation, came over and broke the tension. They hugged me hello and offered me a chair. I said no thanks, there was no way I could sit. I was way too nervous. Bob stood in front of the room and cleared his throat. "This is Lynne Jackson," he said in a soft voice. "She's a certified medium with the Forever Family Foundation, and she's here tonight to help us learn how to talk to our children." Bob stepped aside and gave the floor to me. I took a deep breath and looked down at the scribbled notes in my hand. The parents stared at me, waiting. I didn't know what to say or how to start. Another long moment passed, the thick, heavy silence returning. No one knew what was coming next, least of all me. Finally, I just looked up and spoke. "Your children are here," I blurted out, "and there is something they want you to know." My name is Lynne Jackson, and I am a wife, a mother, and a high school English teacher. I am also a psychic medium. I'm probably not what most people think of when they think of psychic mediums. I don't read tea leaves or tarot cards, and I don't work out of a storefront. I'm not a fortune teller, and I don't own a crystal ball. Well, okay, I do have a tiny decorative one, but only because I couldn't resist buying it when I saw it in a store. I am simply someone who possesses a gift that is more focused in me than in others. I am clairvoyant, which means I have the ability to gather information about people and events through means other than my 5 senses. I'm also clairaudient. I can perceive sounds through means other than my ears. And clairsentient, which allows me to feel things through non-human means. I can, for instance, sit at a table in a restaurant and feel the distinct energy of the people who were there before me, as if they'd left dozens of bristling energy fingerprints. And if that energy strikes me in a negative way, I'll politely tell the hostess I'd rather sit somewhere else, or, if it's the last open table, that I have to leave. Which doesn't always thrill my husband and kids, or the hostess for that matter. Beyond my abilities as a psychic, I am also a medium, which means I am capable of communicating with people who have passed from this earth. If your first question is how I got to be this way, my first answer is I don't know. I've spent a lifetime trying to figure it out. In my quest to find answers, I've undergone rigorous tests. First with the Forever Family Foundation, a nonprofit, science-based group that helps people in grief, and then with the Unabridged Institute for Applied Research in Human Potential in Arizona. At Unabridged, I passed an 8-step quintuple blind screening administered by scientists to become one of only a small group of certified research mediums. And yet, even as I was searching for answers, searching for my true purpose, I was also carefully hiding my abilities from the rest of the world. I didn't know where or how my abilities would fit into my life yet. I didn't know what I was supposed to do with them. For much of my life, I tried to carve a path for myself that did not involve being a psychic medium. In my senior year of college, I studied abroad at Oxford and studied Shakespeare, determined to immerse myself in scholarship. After graduating, I considered becoming a lawyer and was accepted into 2 top law schools, but I decided to follow my passion to teach. For the longest time, I thought of myself as a teacher, first and foremost. Aura readings and spirit communications didn't have a place in my academic life. And so, for nearly 20 years, I led a secret double life. By day, I taught teenagers Macbeth and the Grapes of Wrath, but at night, while my husband watched the kids downstairs, I was upstairs in my bedroom having private phone conversations with celebrities and athletes and astronauts and politicians and CEOs and all kinds of people, giving them a glimpse of something beyond the accepted bounds of human experience. But here is the remarkable thing I discovered in the course of leading that double life. I realized that I am not really that different. Though my abilities made me feel that I wasn't like other people, that I wasn't normal, I came to see that being gifted in this way was not the gift itself. The beautiful gift I've been given, the awareness that we are all connected by powerful cords of light and love both here on earth and beyond, is a gift that belongs to us all. Like my life, this book is a voyage from darkness to light. It tells the story of the journey I took toward understanding my true purpose and the ways we are connected to the world around us. What I hope most of all is that you find something in my journey that resonates in your life. Because if you do, you might come to the same understanding that I did, that the powerful bonds that connect us to our loved ones here and in the afterlife can, if we open our hearts and minds to them, immeasurably enhance the way we live and love today. But even after I came to that understanding, I never thought to share it with the world. I had no plans to write a book. Then, one day at the high school where I teach, while I was on hall duty, I felt a sudden, immense download of information and insight from the universe. It felt like a lightning bolt that brought instant clarity.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?